Bharat Nirman Volunteers, the agents of rural awakening. A Bharat Nirman volunteer, that is BNV, is an individual who comes voluntarily from a rural household to act as a natural link between a group of families and hosts of various departments. The purpose of this scheme is to ensure unreached households to access benefits under various government-sponsored programs. Till date, nearly 31,000 volunteers have enrolled as Bharat Nirman volunteers, that is BNV, in different states of the country, and the target is to enroll around 1,60,000 by March 2012. The government and the state governments concerned have been implementing various welfare and development programs for many decades. However, studies have shown the gaps in the implementation of programs to the intended below poverty line families. The delivery mechanism placed at different levels are limited in the size, and the time taken to reach out to the targeted rural households makes these schemes not only untimely but also undeserving. Therefore, it was envisaged to use a potential youth in the name of Bharat Nirman Volunteers, that is BNV, to create awareness about all the welfare and development programs among rural households. This will help in better planning and quality implementation programs with transparency and accountability. Over a period of time, the rural structure has suffered due to factors like growth of local power groups, lack of unity among various communities, lack of awareness about issues concerning them, indifference of the service delivery sectors, and also lack of awareness about procedural aspects of program implementation. Due to these reasons, the benefits of different government programs are not reaching the poor, deserving households. Moreover, participation of the rural families in the process of planning and implementation of various welfare and development programs is found to be inadequate. Therefore, voluntary involvement of villagers themselves was found necessary to provide opportunity to participate in village development. Thereby, the development of their own households was possible. Bharat Nirman volunteers found a noticeable change in their personality and attitude, and they earned a self-respect, recognition, and the feeling of self-accomplishment. The training imparted to Bharat Nirman volunteers emphasized values and morality, attracting their attention to the several of the social ills affecting their communities, from such things like alcoholism, migration, school dropout issues, and to several of the social ills that affected their communities. Village after village reported that they had cleaned up the streets, removed garbage, cleaned up tanks, laid out approach roads through Ramadan, and at times with their own hard-earned money that was contributed. Single-woman households with their dependents were helped where the public distribution rice was insufficient. The volunteers contributed the deficit amount of rice to each of these families to ensure they had 3 meals every day. Several of the volunteers are planning to set up alternative sources of energy for lighting up their villages, and they are seeking funds from the government schemes. Some of the Bharat Nirman volunteers are also planning for solar lighting, and some even for solar cookers, even for their homes. Long-standing disputes between various sections in the villages have been resolved, and peace is being restored. Almost all the villages are reporting efforts to weed out liquor vending shops, and many have succeeded in closing them down. Some have banned the sale of pan and gutka in the village shops. It's all because of the presence of Bharat Nirman volunteers. This is the claim of the government. Bharat Nirman volunteers also have proposed drainage lines to the administrators, and in some villages open-air libraries are also being commissioned. The Bharat Nirman volunteers have been instilled with the volunteerism in the Andhra Pradesh Academy of Rural Development Program, facilitated by the resource persons as varied as psychologists from Osmania University, Brahma Kumaris, the Lead India Foundation started by Abdul Kalam, and veteran activist journalists. The most important dimension of this Bharat Nirman volunteer experiment is that the volunteers get no financial support or honors from any source whatsoever. On the contrary, they spend their own money for expenses to give contributions to various causes. They have proved that village communities are not inactive. They have amply proved that they can realize the long unfulfilled dreams of their community, and they will surely lead to improvement in the quality of living.